Hey you guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld, back with some more of the Mechanitor, where Dweeb and the gang here have packed up the robots, packed up the tigers, and taken off from our old home and landed here, and boy do we have a lot to do. Everyone's going to have a breakdown because we have nothing. I mean, we have tons of stuff. It's all in the Space Camel. Space Camel Alpha, although not very good with storage space, has packed up a great deal of our old home and sent it here, and we have a tremendous amount to get set up immediately. First one of those is going to be a freezer, because we brought a ton of food, but it's all going to go off fairly soon. It's just regular meals, and that's not going to last very long. Good news for me, I brought a ton of stone blocks, so we can start constructing things basically immediately. We're going to need to think about power. We're going to need to think about a growing zone. We have a tremendous amount to do before we even get this out of pause mode. I want to start to set some things up. Looks like I've got the most marble more than anything. So I'm going to just start immediately by getting some structures going together here. Give me a marble wall. Now, do I have... I'm going to turn the game on for a sec. Do I have any fish in here? Any fish at all? It's possible... Wait, did I learn fishing? How good? I don't know fishing yet. I might not be able to see the fish until I learn fishing. I'm not sure. Long story short, let's work on preserving our food. So a marble wall is going to go, let's say, like this, and then like this. A lot of today's episode is going to be me saying like this, and then like this. So let's just all hunker down and get comfortable with that idea. That's going to be a freezer. Let's make sure that's a freezer by actually making it cold. Let's put a thing in there. But Dave, you don't have any power. You're right, I don't. We're going to work on that in a sec. So let's start with something simple, like some wind turbines. That's usually going to be the easiest way we get this started, right in the nice fertile soil here, so we can get some growing going on too. Put that down there, and then do some things here. So let's do a growing zone like this. And then, again, most of this episode will be me saying like this and then like this. Again, hunker down, buckle up. It's going to be a lot of red-hot admin action going on here. This is really fertile, so let's do some corn in there. That'll grow a little quicker than corn normally does. That can be potatoes. That's fine. That could be, say, rice. And how about in here? Strawberries. Sure, strawberries are good. And then we're going to we want to get some psychoid going, because what with smog and his genetic drug dependency, we're going to need stuff like that. And let's start throwing some power lines down too. So give me a hidden conduit, say from there, here. Well, we're going to have to go around the lake, aren't we? Right? No, we're definitely going to have to go around the lake. No, definitely going to have to go around the lake. Around the lake? Okay, good. Around the lake is achieved. Put that in there, and then just do the regular conduits up to there. Okay, that is enough to get everyone started on things. So right now, they're in unrestricted. All the people are in unrestricted. The animals are in Space Camel Alpha, right, to make sure that the tigers came on board. Right now, you guys can just be maybe in the unrestricted area, and we don't actually need the no shamblers zone anymore, as fun as that was. There are no shamblers here at the moment, so we're just going to go ahead and delete that. All right, so those guys there, and then the mechs can just be also in the home area for right now. Next thing I'm going to need is some kind of storage. So let's think kitchen and then storage of some sort. So let's do some doors. We'll get some trees chopped down immediately. Don't worry about trees. Trees are going to happen. So a wooden door there, and then more marble wall like this. Nice little airlock zone so the cold air doesn't go outside. That's going to go over there. Okay, so far so good. Marble wall again for a kitchen-y area like that. And then how about a door going out here? Yes. Long story short, yes. More importantly, let's get some storage going together here. So like this and like that. We're going to mine out that steel anyway. In fact, while I'm just looking at it, go ahead and start mining that out, kids. And then more doors, because everybody loves doors. So, door, and how about a door down here? Okay, nobody has anywhere to sleep right now. I understand that. I fathom that. But it's all going to work out. Somehow, this is going to be way better than our old base. Everybody's going to love it. They're going to be like, oh my god, this is the best base, best. Okay, it's like super early in the morning and I've only had 3 cups of coffee, so let's try that one more time. Best base ever. Butch is immediately getting into some mining, as indeed one would. The bots are coming out. The bots are starting to do things. I did say we're going to cut down trees. They'll cut down a lot of trees just doing that, doing the gardening over here. But just for giggles, let's cut down some more trees as well. Okay, what have I got around here to work with? And what's everyone up to? Everyone's just having a snooze. It was a long flight. You're right, it was a long flight. You're going to want to sleep on the plane. Definitely. The tigers are looking good. Tiger's asleep on the control console here. Everybody's looking good. Once we get the storage area set up and roofed, I'll basically start putting everything over there and start clearing out Space Camel Alpha for future endeavors that we haven't quite determined yet. Okay, everyone get moving a little bit faster. Butch is out to work, guys. Butch, with his secret, is out to work here. You guys are just sort of snoozing it off. All right, that's great. Doug, Chella, nobody wants to get up and do anything. No. Somebody in comments asked me to check to make sure that Smog's drug policy is actually assigned to Smog. I don't... no, we didn't do that. Yeah, Smog's tea. Okay, we never actually assigned that to Smog. So Smog gets a cup of tea about once a month to stop him from going into a coma because he's a genetically engineered drug addict. But we do have a little tiny bit of Psychite tea up here. That'll keep him going for, well, actually a few months. Because he gets one, I think it's a cup every 20 or 25 days or something. But on that, let's also start to get the concept of a Psychite growing zone up here. I know that seems a little big, but we can always manufacture drugs because, well, path to profit, really. Path to profit in RimWorld. Now, the tigers are out. Everyone's getting out and starting to do stuff. What do we got for animals in this area? It's another wolverine. Some donkeys. Okay. We could think about taming this time in case we want to go on a land-based trip. I don't actually know why we would. We've got a spaceship. Well, it's really more of a glorified airplane, and it's shaped somewhat like a camel, so it's not very aerodynamic. But do I really need to ride an animal somewhere when I can fly in a plane? I mean, given my choice in the real world, if you said, okay, you've got to get from one side of the United States to another, Butch is on an insulting spree, that's probably for the best. If you got to get from one side of the United States to the other, would you rather take a plane for like 5-6 hours, or would you rather ride on a donkey for, I don't know, 7 months or something? I'm going to take the plane. The plane seems way more convenient than riding a donkey for a very, very long period of time. But going back to this, we've got a mink out there. Anything like super interesting? Crows, sparrows. Okay, so beware of the wolverine and the bears. I mean, we're always aware of bears, and we will always beware of bears. But keep an eye out for the wolverine. Those things are very, very aggro. I don't think we need to start killing anything right away. Go away, Butch. But we're going to need to in the reasonably near future. Smog's going for a swim. Okay, you know what? That's cool. Go for a swim. I dare you. No fish in here. Smog, do you see any fish in here? I don't actually see any popping up. You can usually see them, like, floating to the top and then going back down again. What? A Titanic blueprint, you say? Smog, did you go swimming in your clothing? Well, now you're going to be wait, you better not be whining that you're soaking wet. You're not. Okay, so, you chose to go swimming. That's not on me. All right, don't come to me saying, oh, I'm soaking wet because I went swimming. Yeah, Colonist Lost is going to linger for a while. We did, Sherman's been misplaced. He's not dead. He's just not here. Really, he's somewhere else. We don't really know where. He's been kidnapped, and maybe an opportunity will come up to find him in the future, and maybe we'll care about that, and maybe we won't. Talk to me about this Titanic blueprint that you got going on here. All right, so you want me to build a thing, and it's actually not that big. You're saying Titanic. It's actually not that big. And in return for that, I could get a map to some valuables. Neat. Neat. Okay, that's fun. That we will discover a quest and some uranium. Mitsuya is fighting with Butch. Okay, hang on. Look, I get it. I get stressed out after travel as well. I do. Ask Mrs. Dave. I throw, like, tantrums, basically. I do. I'd like to apologize for it, but I hate flying. I'm not scared of flying. It's not a fear of flying. I just find it a horrible, uncomfortable way to travel. Now that I think about it, I might rather ride on the donkey for 7 months. But it's just, I get it too, Mitsuya. This right here, Mitsuya, that's me after a long flight. I'm just like, I will punch the next person I see if I don't get off this plane. I get it, Mitsuya. But now, well, now we've got problems, don't we? Now everyone's going to need a place to take a nap. Okay, we've already accumulated a ridiculous amount of wood. So, I prefer not to build things out of wood if we don't have to. I could always replace it later. And wood is going to go up very, very quickly. Very quickly. So, how about... We're going to have to kind of do... Okay, I've got a plan. It's a good plan, too. It's a great plan. You're going to love this plan. I know everyone's excited for my plans. Everyone's like, I wonder what plan Dave is going to have. We're going to build a dormitory that will eventually become our hospital. This is my plan. So, it was a great plan. You're right. You're like, wow, that is a great plan. You need somewhere for people to sleep. But later, you're going to need a hospital. And by later, you mean in the next 60 seconds or so, because Butch and Mitsuya are poking at each other. So we'll turn this into a dormitory. Now, I know I have maybe 1 or 2 beds that I deconstructed that are in here somewhere. I just don't know where. And I'm not going to dig for them. I do see the benches. That's the stonecutter's table right there. I know I can search for all of this stuff, but it'll come up as it comes up. We've got plenty of wood coming in. So let's just do some beds going like this. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not even sure. How many people do I have? 3, 6, 8. Okay. So, you know what? Let's start some nicer bedrooms, too. Again, I'll replace the wooden walls with better walls later. I know. I build bedrooms that are way too big for my colonists. And I was like, they'll get away with much smaller rooms. Yes, but you can heap a lot of abuse. You can basically commit war crimes against your colonists if you give them a nice bedroom. That's all they need. And you guys are really going to punch the heck out of each other, too. So we're not going to get any of those built right now. You're just going to have a couple of medical sleeping spots, because I know you're going to beat each other up, and you're going to need somewhere to crash out. Smog's loving the mining. Smog's, now that he's high, he's like, I'm loving mining. I don't even care what I do anymore, so long as I'm high all the time. Yeah, Mitsuya right into here. How bad was that, Mitsuya? Yeah, you got a little tiny bruise. No big deal. Butch, how'd you fare there? You got a couple more bruises and food poisoning. Excellent. Well, there's a medical sleeping spot for you there, kid. Lumpy's working hard. The tigers are coming in, checking things out. Which Tony are you? You're Tony with a Y. Okay, yep. Tony, and Tony, our tigers. And a 4th one on the way. Our female tiger is pregnant. I'm going to have an awful lot of tigers around here. I'm very happy about that. Ooh, you know what I should do is probably kill some things just to have the raw meat for the tigers. And somewhere in here, one of these masks, yeah, allow that, and then we're going to immediately destroy it, because I accidentally brought on, like, garbage material onto the ship. Waste of space, but hey, there it is. We're here. We finally got away from that horrible map, and the mech is already down. Okay, cool. So we're going to need to build, power for one thing. So let's do a power conduit through here, and then say up to here, and then we're going to need a recharger. Probably should have charged the bots up before we came over, but hey, here we are. So get me just one for right now, 1 mech recharger there. This is going to take everybody a while to put together. I should probably let's see if we can kind of focus people on construction. Actually, many of them are. We got a lot of 2s on construction here. Smog, I'm going to back you off of mining and put you 1 on construction, because you're actually pretty good at it. And I don't need that steel right now. We'll need it later. We're going to use up a lot of steel getting ourselves set up here. But I don't need it right at this exact second. So why don't you... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Smog's going to bang out a bunch of stuff. He's actually a pretty good construction person. And so's Doug. Doug's in charge of tigers. But, you know, he takes time out of tiger duty to start doing some construction. And I appreciate that. And the Militors are just sort of Well, milling around. See what I did there? They're militors. And they're milling around. Milling. Never mind. How are we doing over here, kids? Okay, this is coming together. Beta's in a daze because we lost Sherman. Yeah, again, Sherman is lost, not dead. I've lost him. I don't know where he is. I've misplaced Sherman. It'll be fine. You'll get over it in a few days. You won't even remember the kid. He wasn't that valuable anyway. None of them are, really. I got a naked researcher. I've got a genetic drug addict. Doug's good because he's in charge of tigers. He's a terrible cook, though. He keeps cooking and keeps giving people food poisoning. We're just hoping he's going to get better at it someday. I mean, you can't suck at something forever, right? That can't possibly happen. Hang on. Beggar's seeking resources. And I didn't accept the other quest. What do you want? 210 silver? Maybe? Probably? I guess? Yeah, you know what? That might cheer people up a little bit. So, who's awake? Mitsuya, could you go give this guy some silver? I've got a little bit of silver. We can work with that. And Mitsuya's fully healed. You only had a tiny bruise anyway. That might cheer people up if we do a charity quest. And the other quest, we never actually did that. So, what was that under? Available. Just hold on. Okay, I land here for 3 minutes and it's quests a go-go. Quests a go-go, as the kids say. Hashtag quests a go-go. The Lost Warehouse. Let me deal with one quest, and then I'll deal with the other one. So back to the Titanic blueprint. A map to some valuables we're not aware of, and some uranium. A book, which is just a recreation gain. I mean, that's really cool. They're going to satisfy their recreation 200% faster, which is great. And a teeny bit of jade. What is a hunter pack? Is that a drone thing? It is. A wearable pack that deploys a hunter drone close with the target and detonate. So a flying bomb. That's so cool. A flying bomb. And a side trainer for chunk skip. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It is. I mean, it's basically throwing rocks at people. Big rocks, which is good. You just have to be in range of some big rocks. I'm going to do it for the map. The map sounds really good. Okay, that's going to crash down. Let me deal with that thing first. So where is that crashing down? Right in there. Okay, watch out, everyone. Duck. Doug, watch out. Okay, that pops open, and we've got the blueprint for it. Install it. It's actually a fairly... For Titanic, this is not what I would describe as Titanic. Plunk it down here. Just, that's fine. Now, what is the Lost Warehouse? Beggar Wolf. Oh, it's just a chit-chat thing. Beggar Wolf. Okay, shared a secret with Mitsuya. An ancient warehouse, you can loot the structure for valuable resources. Ancient structures can contain a variety of threats. Where is it? When you say it's close by, okay, it's not that far away. It's far by donkey, but it's not far by Space Camel. Space Camel could get over there. That's probably 2 jumps. That's totally realistic. We could actually look at that in the future. Not right now. I think we need to get some very fundamental basics under control here. What could I deal with right now? Meditation spot. Okay, easy one. Easy. Ideology. Meditation. No, that's in MISC. Meditation. Boom. Meditate. Go nuts, kid. Do I have to assign that to... You know what? They'll figure it out. I'll put up 20 of them. I don't care. Research bench. I believe we packed that up. That is in here somewhere, he says optimistically. Let's see if I've got that under control there. So research. Okay, apparently I never actually packed it up. That's fine. Can build another one. They're pretty cheap and easy to make. So let's just go ahead and get that queued up as well. So one... Actually, I have the high-tech research bench, because we did learn microelectronics. And I've got the stuff to do it. I'd love to put that in a dedicated lab. Really focus our research. It'll give us a boost in research if it's just researchy stuff in there. Could kind of plunk that down off of the storage area. Not a bad idea. We're coming up a little bit shy on the stone blocks, though. We are using a lot of stone blocks to do this. I know I put the stonecutter's table in. Yep. So let's install that, say, down here. This is going to be kind of a production room down here. And then we'll just get a regular old chair in there. So any old chair, doesn't matter. One wooden chair, boom, done. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, by the way, have we done this yet? No, we haven't done that yet. I'm going to save, I got sandstone and some granite. All right, how about we did sandstone down here to do a little research area. So sandstone blocks, kind of like, it's going to have to be big, because I'm going to need the multi-analyzer in there at some point. So do that like that, and then that, and then that. And then, yes, I know it's wasteful not to do the door before all the walls and stuff, but I don't always know where things are going to go. So here we are. We're just kind of doing that. We have a single bed made. That's fun. Did I pack any beds in here? I may or may not have. We may have packed them up and never actually got them in the ship. The Space Camel, again, it's terrible for storage. It's just awful for storage. Beta's still having a bit of a freak out. I don't know where Sherman is, Beta. We're all just going to learn to cope. Maybe we'll find him, maybe we won't, maybe we'll care, maybe we won't, who knows. Put a couple more beds up there. That should cover all of my colonists in terms of just places to sleep. And I also want to start carving into this mountain. So do that like that. And then we'll get this mined out as well. Okay, that's the beginning of some things, he says. Dweeb, stop meditating. Go move this over here. Yeah, go set up that monument. I just want to get the blueprints down so I don't space out and that never happens, because it totally sounds like something I'd do. So the granite blocks, let's do this thing out of granite. And that's all of that together, all the structures I'm putting up and all this. This is going to chew up a lot of my stone blocks. I arrived with a bunch, but I kind of figured I was going to use most of them up immediately, and indeed we have. I want to get this structure roofed before I put anything over there. And how are we doing on, like, any sort of power, guys? Okay, it's kind of the last thing that's happening. Butch is fully healed. We're all pretty happy about that. And also, let's put up, in terms of power, I could put up some solar generators. That's not the worst idea. It's not my ideal. I don't like putting up power that only works for 50% of the game. But put those up there. That'll be a nice little top-off. Instead of putting up a wood-fired generator, I'll just put those up. And I'll figure out somewhere to put batteries. Actually, batteries could go right over here. That'd be a great place for batteries. Alright, and then this could be some sort of... Well, I gotta save this for geothermal. This might be an entrance in and out of the base right here. And then geothermal power can eventually go there once we figure that out. I know there's no power right now. We're working on it. We've got a lot to do here right away. And we're going to blow some time putting together a Titanic, air quotes, Titanic structure. That's not Titanic. I've seen Titanic. I mean, not the boat. Well, ship. It's a ship, not a boat. You can put a boat on a ship, but you can't put a ship on a boat. No, I haven't seen the actual Titanic. I believe it's at the bottom of the ocean somewhere. I don't know if James Cameron has actually got it in his house or something. He probably does. But I have not seen the actual Titanic. But I've seen concepts of what people would consider to be Titanic. This is not it, is where I'm going with that information. Also wouldn't be a bad idea if we found some components early on. I arrived with some, but... Oh, is that gold? That is gold. Forget components. We got gold on the map. So some more components would not be a bad idea. There's a lot of good steel down here. And what else we got? We could maybe think about deconstructing a lot of that marble. Yeah, there we go. This is what I wanted to avoid. The simple meals are starting to rot. This is roofed, right? Could somebody... Lumpy, you're just passing by. Could you bang out... Oh, we're missing wood. All right, yeah, we're running into a bit of an issue there. Okay, I don't want to... This is technically outdoors, and it's 80 degrees out, so I don't want to put it outside. But I would like to get... Well, we're going to need... I need everything. Could you guys... Dweeb, would you stop meditating? You're 15. What sort of inner spiritual life do you think you have? Because I've been 15, and the answer was 0. Okay? No inner spiritual life. I wasn't meditating about anything. If I was just doing it to look cool. Again, no fish, huh? No fish at all in the lake. Well, it's at least a good swimming hole, as Smog has found out. It's a good swimming hole. You can have a nice little dip. I like that they go swimming now. That's fun, for recreation. They're like, I'm going to take a dip. I would. I mean, the lake is probably gross. There's probably eels in there. I bet there's eels in there. That looks like an eel lake. Oh, the tiger. Oh, it's Tony with an eye. How's the pregnancy going? Late stage pregnancy. I've got another tiger on the way soon. Yeah, got another tiger coming in soon. Butch, I see you've taken time off of building anything at all. Yeah, we're into a wood issue, aren't we? Yep. Okay, they've taken down all the trees there except for that one. So they'll start work, or at least the Agrabot will start working on some more stuff over there. This is going to be a very frantic opening. A lot of people are going to be very, very, very sad for a while. Oh, the Stonecutter's table is up, though. Let's keep some more... Oh, wow, it still has the old bills. I did not expect that. Okay, unsuspend that, and don't worry about the sandstone right now. Beta is back to normal, but also completely freaking out. What are your issues? Yep, we lost Sherman. I don't know where he is. It's hot. Yep, it sure is. Yeah, I get it, kid. Disturbed sleep. Yep, you live in a barracks. Okay, this is getting roofed. So let's start to conquer at least one of those things by putting in a cooler in there. Everyone's kind of moved in and found their own digs, as they say, their own digs. We're getting some power starting to be put together. Doug's working on some power lines there. The bot is putting together the solar generators. Do we have... yeah, we're missing one piece of steel and a couple of components. Steel we got covered. Components, I have enough to do what I want. And then the rest of it is just going to have to make do. I just really would like to get this freezer up and operational before all our food goes bad. And we kind of have to start from scratch on food. Okay, Smog's getting this done. Very quickly, I might add. Good job, Smog. Oh, you've blown it off. Oh, he's just moving a block out of the way. Okay, I get it, kid. I get it. All right. So now this is cranking. And we took down that tree, so we're, no problem with blocking the wind turbine. Okay. I just need to get this roofed. If somebody could just roof this, that would be great. Cello, where are you going? Oh, you're putting the bot on the charger. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Well done, kid. Good move there. Now you're just moving some stuff around. That's awesome. Well done. They've used up everything else for wood, so there can't possibly be that much more that they need the wood for. I'm going to get some more trees chopped down. We're going to go through a lot of wood very, very quickly. So chop those guys down. And then... Oh, I think they've done it. Oh, no, they've still got a little bit more wood in there. Lumpy's getting this bit done. Oh, this'll meet my requirements because he's going to roof all of this. All right, let's start to move... The cooler's powered. So let's do a stockpile zone over here. And then in this, clear everything. Nothing rotten. Yeah, the simple meals are going. Meals, raw food, baby food, chocolate, hemogen, and pemmican. And then corpses, animals, mechs, and entities. Don't put people in there. And drones are fine, too. Put all of those in there. And then over... Oh, make that critical, by the way. So, critical. There we go. And then over here, we want to get all this out of here. So, no, just the shelf. Store nothing. Just clear everything. Don't put anything over there. Let's get this, store nothing. All right, clear all of that. And in here, in the big zone, the bulk of Space Camel Alpha, no food of any kind. We're not putting food there. Great, good. Okay, is there anywhere else that we were putting food? Like on this shelf? Yeah, see, they clear all of that. And yeah, everything here, just clear all of this. I know you don't have anywhere to put some of this stuff now, but you will later. So hopefully between the bots and Shella, we're going to start to move stuff down. Let's start cranking this down here. -2. No, I think we can do better than that. All right, and they're already starting to put stuff in there. Temperature is coming down-ish. Coming down-ish. Okay, that was my first major thing that I wanted to get done because I was concerned we were going to lose all of our food that we spent so long putting together. So very, very long. Beta's already into some stone blocks. We could start to put some lights up. I should probably work on bedrooms first, but I want to carve more into this mountain to do that. This will do for right now. It's far from ideal. I know. We're looking at our last colony and thinking it was terrible, and I'm looking at this colony going, wow, this sucks. Could use another charger because one of the Militors is down. But do I want to focus on that? Because I've only got 18 components left. I feel those could be used for other things. Let's start to put some lights up. So how about like one there and one there. And then one there. Let's do like maybe a couple over here. That's not going to stretch over there. So do hidden conduit in the door. And then regular conduit all the way like this. Actually, bring that all the way down here, because we're going to put the research down here. Okay, this is all going to come together. The HMS Dweebster is already ready to launch again. Space Camel Alpha, ready to go. What did I pack up here? Oh, the machining table. Yeah, let's get that installed. That can go down in our production room down here. Put that like that. When they get the power lines in, I'll put a nice big lamp here to help them. What else do you think I need? Meal source, research bench. Research bench we are going to work on when we get power down there. Batteries, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Especially with solar panels. We may as well store what we can get here. So how about, that does not have to be particularly attractive. Okay, it's not even a room they're barely going to go in unless something breaks. So I'm just going to do a steel wall like this. Again, remember to leave room for the geothermal. Is that enough? I don't know that that's enough. Do it like that. That'll still be enough room for the geothermal. And then like that. And then put a door. Be sure to leave enough room to put some kind of stove in here. And then batteries. This is going to suck up a lot of components here. That's 2 each on components. Okay, we're losing more meals. Don't be losing more meals. How about we just put up like maybe 1? And then I'll figure the rest out later just to make that little notification go away. We're losing meals, people. Have we moved most of the meals? We haven't. Have we lost all of our food? Yep. We basically lost pretty much all of our food. Okay, neat. So, that's fun. Put up a butcher's table, because we have no food anymore, guys. Just so we're clear, we have no food. All of our food is gone. Put up a butcher table. And start putting up chairs and things. Okay, and then a stove. I spent all of that time making food. And just couldn't get that cooler up quick enough. Put that there. And then, well, I guess a whole bunch of horses are going to have to die for this. That's all I can say. A bunch of horses are going to have to die. Is there anywhere in, like, ruins? Oh, there's a bunch of components. Get those. Any ruins that might have a nice table I could steal, frankly? I mean, steal is a loose term because, I mean, it's been abandoned. If I abandon my house, I'm not going to get mad at the guy who comes in and takes my table. It's an okay table. It's not a great table. It's fine. You know what? It's a table. It's doing table things, like holding our mail and stuff like that. Really, not one bit of ruins that might have a nice table I could take. Nope, not seeing that. Okay, that's fine. We'll just make a table. It's going to have to be a pretty basic one. We're just going to do it out of wood. So, about a wooden table. Oh, that's a little bigger than I need it to be. How about just this size? No, that's even bigger. Okay, how about this size? That's a little small. How about this size? Better. Okay, put that like right there, and then start to set up some chairs around here. I know I don't have enough wood now. I will later. Don't worry. Table. It's not my ideal kitchen, but it'll work for right now. This is done. So did you keep those bills? No, those bills. Well, because that one's brand new, Dave. You didn't pack that one up. Butcher forever. Let's make sure all the animals are in there, right? Yeah, okay. All the animals are in there, and you can do entities too if we get any of those. And I don't really need kibble right now. And then this, start making simple meals. Simple. Do it until we have, like, a bunch. Let's shoot for, say, 50 on that. 50 meals for, like, 8 people. That'll be... We'll see how it goes. And then pause when satisfied. Thank you. Okay. Let's start murders. All right, so, donkeys. Yep, those are out. Just kill them all. At least there's a lot of good stuff on the map that we can kill at this point. I need food for the tigers. They'll probably take care of it themselves, right? Like, they'll just see a peacock going by and go, yum, I'm gonna eat that. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. But I feel the tigers will largely, broadly take care of themselves. Tony's given birth! Oh, where? Where's your baby? You didn't eat it, did you? No, that's like fish. Fish do that. Where's your baby? Okay, where is the new baby? Tiger 1. Oh, he's asleep in the freezer. That's adorable. You should leave the freezer. Did Chella tell you to come in there? The kid is all about the freezer. Hang on, I've done something. Okay, that was my my thing. My Titanic structure is already done. Neat. Okay, get a bookcase going. Because I think maps go in a bookcase. So, just a regular bookcase could just live over there for right now. Got to figure out some sort of recreation for these people as well. This is done. That's done. Everything is... It's very frantic around here. So let's start to get the high-tech research bench under control here. Put that down there. And what did I bring for cloth and leather and stuff? I've got a little bit of cloth, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I got a bunch of heavy fur. I should turn a bunch of this into patch leather. I never do. I just sell the scrap pieces, but I've got a little bit of everything. So let's do a, what did I just say I had? Heavy fur? Okay, heavy fur. Give them a nice armchair. It'll be more comfortable for them. So a heavy fur, heavy fur, heavy fur, heavy fur. There we go. Armchair right there. You're going to be there for a while. You may as well have somewhere nice. Okay, that's going to take care of research bench. Low food we're going to work on. Wow, we're already slaughtering a lot of donkeys. Boy, we've killed a lot of donkeys. Who's on #1 cooking? Don't tell me it's Doug. It's Dweeb. Actually, it's Mitsuya. That's for the best. Yeah, Mitsuya, that's cool. So she'll get... Yeah, you're going in on that right now. You're going to start chopping some stuff off. What's the temp in here? 20? Okay, certainly freezing, but I think we could bring that down even more. Because it is summer, it's probably only going to continue to be warm. How about we put a nice floor in here, because this is gross that we're throwing things in the grass. So flooring, do the steel tile. I like those for a kitchen-y area. Well, abattoir. Call it what it is, Dave. It's an abattoir. All right, it's a slaughterhouse. That's what it is. It's a slaughterhouse. Oh, somebody's, the guy's off the charger, so the Militor is on the charger. That's positive. Get these guys charged up. Components are at 14, but there is that big chunk that we're going to mine out that's fairly close by there. Oh, there's a table. There's a table. Well, it's only steel, though. Deconstruct that and deconstruct that. What is this? A granite steel, or stele. I'm never sure how that's pronounced. I'm just going to destroy it. That way I don't have to talk about it. And Mitsuya is almost done with this. So let's just put down a single battery for right now. And then I'll work more out later. Made this room a little bigger than it actually needs to be. And put some power down there. And then run it all the way across. Actually, you know what? Why don't we try and do a little circuit here? Don't need it. Kind of want it. Put that in there and that in there. And then a hidden conduit in the door. Okay. Let me evaluate here. Where are we at? We got some dead animals coming in. Let's keep that plan rolling. We've killed donkeys. Let's kill horses as well. And a couple of bucks and does. Yep, and a turkey or two. Just kill everything. Kill everything. The rice will be in... Oh, wow, the rice is growing very, very well. Yeah, already 76% grown in that fertile soil. And the rest of it will come in as it comes in. Okay. Step the next. What is step the next? Carve into this mountain and start doing more individual bedrooms. What have I got so far? Got a freezer, got a kitchen, got a research area, got a production hall, got battery room. What else do I need? A recreation room would be great, but that's a little advanced class. We're not going to do that right at this moment. So yeah, individual bedrooms would be a much better idea. Let's start to get some power running up here. So just do like that. I know that didn't need to be hidden conduit, but now it is. So everyone's excited about that. Put all of that over here. This could actually be... It's a little small for a hospital. Cancel that. I'm actually going to extend that a little bit. I'd like the hospital to be a little bigger, and I would like it to be... If this is going to be the front door, I'd like it to be right up front. If we're running in with injured people, I'd like not to have to go way deep in the base to do it. But I am going to make this a little bit bigger. What else have I got? I could do granite. Okay, let's do granite blocks. Weirdly, I want to conserve the wood. So, do that. Chunks of a spacecraft. Okay, cool. I'll be over there right now, actually, before that goes away, because there's usually components in that. Go back here. No, beta, that's not where... Ooh, more components. Yay! Deconstruct those, or rather, mine those. Mine that entire vein. And visitors, yeah, they might have some things to trade. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And what was I working on? Oh, the power. Right, no, the hospital. Right, so hospital, granite wall. Just want to make this a little bit bigger. So out like that and out like that, and then I'll deconstruct that bit. Now, there's some... Oh, Doug's training one of the kitties. Doug, what are you doing? You failed to train him at guard. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. I'm looking forward to War Kitties. War Kitties is going to be awesome. All right, let's get this zone set up in here. So, in here, no food of any kind. Pretty much everything else can go in there except stone blocks, steel, and uranium. All right, we'll do a separate zone. Where do I want that to go? Probably out here, because that's where they're going to come from, the stone block area. So, like, out here, this can be just those raw materials. So clear everything, and then uranium, steel, and stone blocks live over there. Now, over here, what is that? Oh, the architect arm. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's great. Over here, store nothing. Clear everything. Start moving everything out of the space camel and into this area here. And also, if this is eventually going to be a hospital, let's start to get some shelving in here that I can store, like, medicine and the architect arm and all sorts of neat things like that. So, shelf. No, not the small shelf. The regular shelf, please. So, you're not going to let me build it because I don't have wood yet. We will. We've got a bunch of trees earmarked to get cut down. Ooh, a bot creation room. That would be a thing to put together. I've kind of got the bots I need right now, but we're going to want to expand Dweeb's potential here. So we'll get some more of those put together. Also, let's just keep the mining going. Get anything in there. Just get all of that out of there. All right, we're going to move in this direction over here. This is going together. Probably don't really need those sleeping spots anymore, but hey, here we are. It's happening. All right, what's next? The visitors are leaving. That's fine. They probably had something amazing to trade, and I just kind of let them go. I'm a little more hyper-focused on getting this landing taken care of and getting ourselves established here. Visitors can go away. All right. Still need batteries? Really? You guys want to work on that at all? Lumpy's in. Lumpy's doing power lines. Smog's working on the battery. That leaves me with a single component. Oh, wow. We've killed so many things. Oh, wow. I'm almost sorry. I'm almost sorry about this. That's so many animals that we've slaughtered. Keep it going. You know, obviously, don't stop doing that. That's a lot of food for the tigers. Yeah, which Tony are you? Tony with an eye is in there, you know, hungrily eyeing that, going, yeah. And there goes my power. Of course it does. There goes my power, because it's nighttime, and I don't have a battery set up yet. How about we did a quick... Actually, I was going to say wood generator. Wait, a roof collapsed? Oh, dang. Yeah, I imagine it did. I see the validity in that. Okay, Butch, you may not want to actually be standing there right at this exact second. How about we did something out of slate? Apparently we put together a lot of slate blocks recently. I know slate is not particularly attractive, but I'd like to stop the roof from falling down right now. So, slate, I know, huge bedroom. War crimes. It's just that simple. Wooden door right there. That will, kind of shore up the roof a little bit. Yeah, I see that. I see where we went with that. Yep. Sure. Thank goodness Butch wasn't killed. We still don't really know his secret at this point. All right, everything's starting to get moved out of here, which is neat. This zone, by the way, we are allowing... Like, show me items. What are we not putting in here in MISC? Is that toxic waste packs? It is. Okay, fine. Just want to make sure we're What? All right, cool. Somebody build the wall, then. What do you want me to do about it? Roofs keep collapsing. Butch, just move quick. You know, duck and cover, man. Duck and cover, I guess. I don't know how that works, but duck and cover. Oh, speaking of fall beginning, how about you put vents in now, Dave? Because you never do that until it's freezing cold in here. And then you're like, oh my goodness, we have no vents. I haven't vented anything. The battery's up. Neat. So tomorrow, when the sun's up, that'll store a little bit more power. And the power is... Wow, we're killing so quickly. We've been here for like 2 days, and we have slaughtered everything. Somebody go get that mink, because I bet you that fur is super valuable. Okay, I've taken out almost everything I want to take out on this map, but sure, get some turkeys as well. No, if nothing else, this will definitely replenish our food stocks. In fact, let's keep that going. Let's just go heavy on the food, because we don't have a lot of it right now. Bump that up to 65. And there's Tiger 1, the new cub. Alrighty. Now what? Thinking about bot creation room. Ooh, the research bench is up. Neat. And we're still working on fishing. We should get some lights on in there. That would be a really fun thing to have. That'll suck up some more power. Do a nice big lamp right there. And then how about one right here as well? And then the next thing I want to do is floor this area. And the kitchen. Actually, floor the kitchen first. How's my steel? Steel's still very good. And plenty on the map right now. So let's do more of those steel tiles. Because they get a bonus to cleanliness. So that's going to work well in a kitchen setting. Do that, and that, and that. Okay, the table's up. Cello, what are you reading? Chronicles of the Duplicator. I don't think we actually need that anymore. I don't think that's a thing we actually need to have. The other Militor, if somebody wants to... the chargers are all taken up. That's unfortunate, because I'm out of components at this point. But rice is already coming in. I got components earmarked over there. We destroyed all of that stuff over there. Good job, us. I tell you what, we land somewhere new, we are very quick to destroy everything in our vicinity. Everything is destroyed. We're great at that. Yeah, I was going to... You know what? Before I even looked at that, I knew it was beta. Beta, what's the problem today? Recreation deprived. Okay, that one I can work on. More roof collapsing, people. Maybe... Okay, Butch, here's the thing. We're going to just back burner this, because I fear you are going to die. Beta's hiding in his room. Her room, whichever. Doesn't matter. I was gender neutral before it was cool. So Beta, probably a good solution. You'll have a catharsis after that, and that'll cheer you up a little bit. Let's start to get some lights on in here. What? Who now? Butch? Butch, I can't help you. Okay, we're very, very busy, Butch. You want to help, Butch? Put down some power lines. Actually, don't put them down there and cancel that lamp. Because the whole point of this was to The tiger is stuck. Guys, can somebody go knock down this wall? The tiger is stuck in there. Tony with a Y is stuck in here. Seriously, somebody go get the tiger. Dweeb, go deconstruct that wall. Somebody go get Tony with a Y out of the wall cavity. There we go. Thank you. Sorry, Tony with a Y. And just come out and do your thing. There you go. You're fine, kid. Okay. Beta's having an issue. Butch is having an issue. Butch, what is your issue today? No recent conquest. Your friend Sherman. Really? Your friend Sherman. Was he really a friend to anyone? He's lost. He's not dead. He's just not here. Ow! I am legitimately shocked at how many animals we've killed this quickly. I just have acres of raw meat in there. Acres of raw meat. Again, good news for the tigers. Tigers are going to be in great shape. No problems with tiger feeding. I'm out of components. That is an issue. But we've got more on the map that we could start mining. And all of this stuff will eventually get moved. It's not high priority. I don't need to get this moved, like, right now. What did I pack up here? Oh, a tool cabinet. Okay, yeah, let's get that. And we'll bring that down, sort of, kind of like to line that up with some potential shelves. So put that down there. And that's about it. What are we putting over here? The bookcase. Yep, that's cool. Do we still have more trees ready to be chopped down? We do. The Agrahand should be, well, resowing the rice field, which makes perfect amount of sense. But also, let's keep the tree chopping going. I'm going to be going through an awful lot of wood. And hey, while there's a bunch local, why don't we just go get all of that heal root? That's what I should set up as a heal root thing. Perfect spot, right over here. Tiny little heal root thing right over here in the nice, fertile soil. So that and that, maybe a little bit of that, and some of that. Told you, whole episode. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Put heal root in there, please. Heal root, heal root. There you go. Did we move on my psychoid field? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's done. Yeah, okay. Good news, Smog. Barring any major complications, there should be plenty of psychite coming in. I think. We've had issues before. I know. We've had issues before. Dead turkey, dead horse, living tiger. Yeah, tiger alive in the freezer. I'm going to get Doug a room put together because he needs to sleep with the tigers because he's in charge of tigers. So, Doug, this is going to be your room right here. Surprise. And then what have I got? I got any other leathers? I got a good heavy fur amount, so let's do growth moment for Cella. Okay, slam it into pause mode. Heavy fur bed there. What else have I got? That looks like bird skin. Okay, unusual to sleep on, but I'm not one to judge. A bird skin animal bed right here. Anything else? How much do these cost me? 40. Okay, so I've got 44 pigskin. All right, so pigskin, animal bed, right up there. And then anything else I could be doing? Actually, I could just do another bird skin one. I've got plenty of that. So another bird skin animal bed right here, right at the foot of Doug's bed. I need to move all the tigers over there, you see. And to help with that, Doug, I'm going to perk the place up. You're going to get the executive suite right out of the gate. So put that in there and then that in there. It's because you're in charge of tigers, Doug. All the tigers are going to sleep in your room. Little tigers, big tigers. It's a double bed. You could just curl right up with them. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Curling up with a baby tiger. Just needs baby tiger head rubs. And then it would eat my face because it's a wild animal. Yeah, Siegfried and Roy, I'm looking in your direction. Okay. I think we've got the fundamentals under control here. Let's just take a look at Chella's issues. So, Chella's growing up. You're the age of 10 now. Great, you're a brand new doctor. You're actually remarkably good at shooting. You love killing things, kid. I'm so glad I armed you and told you to kill. Everything else kind of sucks. Yeah, you're just not very good at things. So, you have no medical skill now, but I could focus you into medical and give you a passion for it. And that way you'd learn it a little bit faster. My other options are cooking and plants. And you have a genetic thing for plants. Yeah, you have the awful plants gene, which means even if you had a passion, you're basically going to have to learn 8 levels of this to be at 0. So, or 8 levels to be at 1. I'm not 100% sure. But basically, you'd have to be doing plants all day, every day to even get terrible at it. So why don't we focus into medical and then a trait? Well, ugly's a little rough, I think. Ugly means people don't like you. Tough is pretty good. And then chemical fascination. I could do without more drug addicts in the place. I could do without more drug addicts in the place. I think we've got enough. Why don't we go with tough? I don't think you are, but go for it, Chella. So, okay, Chella, you're 10 now. Welcome. You can do other things, but I don't really want you to, because you're pretty terrible at all of them. You could do, Chella, come here. You could do... Oh, you're already on construction. No, you're not. Do construction. Everybody does construction, even if you're terrible at it. You can do like a wooden floor or something. It's really hard to mess those up. So do a wooden floor, and you'll build up your skill eventually. Okay, slam it into pause mode. Let's review, shall we, kids? What have we learned here today? Nothing. It's me. So we've got a lot of fundamentals under control very, very quickly, because we did land with a bunch of good materials. Now, I am out of components. We landed with a bunch, but we have used them all up super quick. Food, I think, is going to be back under control very soon. It's unfortunate we lost a lot of food there. Just couldn't quite get that freezer up and running. Next thing after fishing, we got to go for geothermal. We've got 2 really good geothermal geysers right here that we could tap into, and that will basically solve my power problems for a very long time to come. Although, being the Mechanitor, Dweeb does put down a lot of things that suck up power. Alright, that is probably an excellent place to call it on RimWorld for today. Guys, do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours. We'll see you next time. Citizens Tropico, everything is under control. This is not a fire. This is not a fire. This is an aggressive urban redevelopment program. Increase the boa constrictor education rating. Big snake, keep away. Are you all smarter now? Oh, you have a migraine or a rattlesnake bite. Well, this is wicked simple, Linda. Have you been bitten by a snake? If the answer is no, then it's a migraine. No, I'm waving, though.
Oh,
I'm
you're
waving.
now. That's exciting.
I'm waving very forensically.
How are you doing that?
Now,
How are you doing that?
I can't with this. I can't.
This is it. Right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in.